Hey, are you considering applying for a Chase credit card? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the application rules for Chase credit cards. Hey everybody, I'm Waller's Wallet, and if you're new to this channel is all about credit cards, credit card rewards, and showing how you can use your points and miles to travel for less. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing and turning the bell notification on as well. Also, consider giving the video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. Now, Chase credit cards are extremely popular in the points and miles community, and the rewards are extremely valuable, and there are some key reasons why people apply for Chase cards before they apply for other credit cards. Now let's first talk about Chase's 524 rule, because I think it's important for newbies to the game to understand this. Because if you don't already know what it is, Chase will deny you if you open 5 or more personal credit cards in the last 24 months from any bank, not just Chase. But if you applied for a card and you were denied for that card, that hard pull is not going to count toward your 524 status. But if you were approved for that credit card, that will count towards your 524 status. And this does include charge cards like the Platinum card or the Gold card. And currently, business cards will not count towards your 524 status, and that includes applying for the Inc. credit cards. The exception will be for Discover, Capital One, and even TD Bank. Those will count towards your 524 status. But you want to keep in mind that you do need to be under 524 in order to get approved for an Inc. business cards. So how do you get around Chase's 524 rule? Well, it's actually quite limited, but luckily there are a few ways that you can get around the 524 rule so you could potentially open more Chase credit cards. The first would be being pre-approved in branch, and the other would be receiving a just for you offer on the website or in the mobile app. And something definitely worth mentioning, because I've been asked this quite a few times, the flyers that you receive in the mail or email saying apply for whatever card, those do not bypass the Chase's 524 rule. Those are just marketing materials. Those do not help you get approved for any Chase card if you happen to be over 524. You got that? Good. Also, let me know in the comments what your 524 status is. Now let's talk about getting the bonus again, because you can earn the bonus again for Chase credit cards. Typically, you do need to wait 24 months after you receive the bonus to earn it again. Except for the Sapphire cards, you do need to wait 48 months between Sapphire bonuses, and you cannot hold both of those cards at the same time. So for example, if you earned the bonus for the Chase Sapphire Preferred 4 years ago, and you currently are holding the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're not going to be approved for the Chase Sapphire Reserve or even for another Chase Sapphire Preferred if you were to apply for them. There are also some other bonus restrictions that come with co-branded credit cards, so be sure to check the terms and conditions to make sure you're eligible for a bonus. Now let's talk about product changes, because Chase does allow product changes within the same family of cards. You cannot product change across different family of reward currencies. For example, you can product change a Chase Freedom to a Freedom Unlimited or a Chase Sapphire Preferred, but you cannot product change it to a Southwest credit card or even a Hyatt credit card. And you usually need to wait 12 months after opening a card before you can change it to another credit card. Now let's talk about the velocity at which you can open Chase credit cards. See, when it comes to velocity, there's the actual rule, and then there's the way you should probably approach this. And that's because Chase has a 2 application limit in a 30-day period. But even though you can technically get 2 Chase cards in a 30-day period, that doesn't mean you should be applying for 2 cards in that 30-day period. Now I know some of you out there have had no issues with this, but Chase has grown increasingly tough on people applying for multiple credit cards in a short period of time. And there are plenty of reports out there that opening cards at a pace that Chase considers too fast has gotten plenty of people shut down and locked out of Chase credit cards. And I've even had people reach out to me and say they applied for 2 cards on the same day and Chase has closed the second card, and that's because Chase no longer allows a double dip on their credit cards. And what I usually recommend or tell people, they should apply at most for 1 Chase card every 30 days. Now there are some people out there who will recommend every 60 or 90 days, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on how comfortable you are with applying for Chase cards. But I've personally never had or heard of any negative impact for applying for just 1 card every 30 days. But if you're someone who is worried or wants to play it a little bit more on the safe side, I would definitely apply every 60 or 90 days for a different Chase credit card. So while Chase might allow 2 cards in a 30-day period, I really would not recommend opening credit cards that fast from Chase. Now let's talk about matching a better bonus, because a great thing that Chase does is they will match a better bonus for up to 90 days after you open that credit card, and this is fantastic. Because if you open a credit card and the bonus increases within those 90 days of you opening the card, you can send a message to Chase and Chase will actually match that offer. And not all banks do this, nor do all banks have such a generous matching timeline. And in the past as well, I've actually had Chase match in-branch offers since I don't live in an area with a Chase branch. But I'll put that one more as a your miles may vary situation since it hasn't always happened to me, but it has happened to me before. Now let's talk about the limit on the number of Chase credit cards they will allow you to have. And actually, there is no hard and fast limit on the number of Chase credit cards you can have. Chase will basically allow you to have a certain amount of total credit, and you just can't exceed that limit. And this is in addition to their 524 rule. So you're limited by your 524 status and your total credit limit. But what happens if you're rejected for too much credit? See, another great thing that Chase does is that they allow you to shift credit between credit cards with no issue. So if you apply for a credit card and Chase denies you because you have reached your maximum credit limit, you can actually move enough credit from one card to another card to be able to open the card you just applied for. And another tip is if you're looking to close a Chase credit card, for whatever reason, you should look to shift the credit that you have on that card to another Chase credit card because this keeps your credit limit the same, meaning your utilization will stay low and actually keep your credit score higher. Now let's actually take a look at reinstating closed credit cards. Because if you close a Chase card and you have some remorse in doing that, you can actually call Chase and have them reinstate that credit card. It's important though that you need to do this within 30 days of you closing that account. And the good news about reinstating a card as well is that this should not result in a hard pull for you, which is fantastic. When it comes to applying for Chase credit cards, the Chase 524 rule is definitely one of the toughest rules in the credit card game, and it's a big reason why people prioritize Chase credit cards when they're first starting out. Because once you go beyond 524, I usually tell people they need to move on. There are too many good reward credit cards out there to just stop applying for credit cards and wait to fall under 524. And while Chase might allow 2 cards in a 30-day period, I definitely don't recommend doing that because it's not worth the extra eyes on your account or potentially being shut down from Chase. And when it comes to matching bonuses, Chase definitely has one of the more generous policies, so be sure to monitor the bonuses on cards you applied for from Chase. So tell me, what is your strategy when it comes to applying for Chase credit cards? Hey, if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. And if you want to help support the channel, a simple way is use links on the website or in the description below. And if you like learning about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, or just flat out traveling for less, consider the subscribe button down below. And until next time, safe travels and take care.